Greetings, my beloved Japonoita. How are you this fine Friday, you? I hope you are well. I'm fearing grey and yarrow today. Perhaps it is the rain. I'm tired, and I have a mired headache. But we go nonetheless. The goo shall flow, no matter the circumstances. Oh, Jesus. Right. Let me see. Greetings, brothers. Right. First, orientation. Is everything aligned correctly? Slight tilt. Let me see. There's a delay of approximately 4 seconds. That is manageable. Tilt it down a smidge. A smidge. A tad. A waft. Back a bit. Back a bit. Okay. Perhaps. I need to paint like an X on the floor or something. I shouldn't, fuck up the carpet, but like, do I give a fuck? No, I don't. I've been getting these mild headaches for weeks now, and I don't know what they are. Initially, I thought it was like something to do with cutting down the caffeine or something. And maybe it is, I don't know, like, maybe it's just stress, tiredness, or the fact that I've been having wild dreams, so my rapid eye movement while I'm sleeping has like been insane. But they vex me so. Are we feng shui? Pretty much. Where's the bottom? Here? Not really missing anything. I don't usually paint things on the very bottom. Yeah, you're not really missing anything. Right. Grey. As we initiate the tunes. Yes, what's the news on the Firion? How is Freya, dearest? Right. Grey. First, get the bitch wet.
Colors drip, they slide, they fall. Coffee drink now, fuel for more. My hands are messy, my mind's a zoo. Hey,
Oh.
hey,
got to descend into proper painting go posture. Glorious. Right.
Bitches wet, they drip, they fall. Canvas screaming, let's paint them all. A smear of smudge, a masterpiece too. Paint, paint, painting goo. It's emo booms, it's lavish tune.
This is all a bit darker. A smidge darker.
Painting goo.
Painting goo. It's in my blood, it speaks to you. Paint goo, painting goo. Right, we have new tunes. Yet again, we have new tunes. Glorious tune. Ah, printer barrel. Yeah, the pub's killed, innit? Pub's fucking cool. Bit of work in it. Nothing we can't handle. So we must end. Right, bit of Punjab metal. Freya is safery at home and in a cat-sized body sock. Hilarious. Cat-sized body sock. To prevent her from ricking at her searcher. Ricking. She arrived home in a stupor. Would rival your common Mick. That's hilarious. But poor Kitty. She is expected to recover in a couple months' time. At maximum for now, she is confined to a dog-sized playpen with food, water, and the fact that you're typing in Japu, like, I just don't have the energy, like, I don't have the energy to speak Japu today.
silence dressed up as strength. Every wound felt familiar, every road led back to flame. They said this is how we survive, but all it did was stay the same. जो तुझ गया सिर्फ पहला नो दोबारा तुझना जरूरी नहीं. हर दर्द मेरी पहचान नहीं, हर रग मेरी मजबूरी नहीं. I won't carry what broke you. I won't bleed just to belong. The past can speak, the past can warn, but it won't decide where I'm going on. नवारा दुनिया है, हाथ खुले ने हाथ बंद नहीं. मैं जख्मन तो कुछ बना हूँ, जख्म पैदा करन नहीं. They taught me pain makes men, that love makes you weak inside. But I watch hate rot the strong and leave nothing alive. I respect where I come from without living in the fight. I keep the lessons, not the knives. I'm building something higher.
Really dropped the bitch.
मैं दर्द नू नाल नहीं रखिया, मैं दर्द नू समझ के छड़ दिता. जो सिलसिला सी बर्बादी दा, जो उत्थे ही मैं रोक दिता. I won't repeat the damage. I won't teach
I love them drums.
what was stolen from the roots. I'll help the branches learn. नवारा दुनिया है, मिट्टी विच बीज बोए ने. कल जो सिर्फ जख्म सी, अज उत्थे कुछ उगे ने. सब कुछ याद रखना जरूरी नहीं हुंदा. कुछ चीज़ां छड्ड के ही अगे वधिया जांदा है.
Like a bit of Punjab metal to get the blood flowing. I'm not going to leave a light center in the middle this time. Or will I? I don't know.
ਸਾਡੇ ਬਾਪ ਦਾਦਾ ਨੇ ਜੋ ਸਹਿਆ, ਉਹ ਸਾਡੀ ਗਲਤੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ. ਪਰ ਜੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਅੱਗੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਉਹ ਸਾਡੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਮੇਵਾਰੀ ਹੈ. I was born in cruel pain, same stories, different names. Anger They taught me pain makes men, that love makes you weak inside. But I watch hate rot the strong and leave nothing alive. I respect where I come from without living in the fire. I keep the lessons, not the knives. I'm building something higher. दर्द नु ना नहीं रखिया मैं दर्द नु सबके छड़ दिता जो सिलसिला सी बर्बादी दा जो थे ही मैं रोक दिता I won't repeat the damage. I won't teach my blood to burn what was stolen from the roots. I'll help the branches learn. मिट्टी विच बीज बोए ने कल जो सिर्फ जख्म सी अज होते कुछ ये ने सवारा चुनिया रे मिट्टी विच बीज बोए ने कल जो सिर्फ
Hi, Manuel Summer. Welcome. Pick a topic and waffle. I'll wait till the Punjab metal is over. I let my Canadian-born Indian friend hear this today, and he says it belongs on the local Punjab radio. It's fucking awesome. We're heading to the 7-Eleven with these bangers. Just on the roof of a 7-Eleven, just like fucking windmilling, like. You should have called one of the songs "Thank You, Come Again." Please tell me one of the songs is called "Oh Bloody Body." If not, like, missed opportunity. You should have leaned into that. It's like, thank you, come again. Like, should be like 7-Eleven, thank you, come again, bloody buddy, the power of curry. Like, chicken and what? 2 acre in the Verdu summer. Thank you, come again. You're not eating my brain, buddy. Oh, you're eating my brain, sir.
I broke the chains, I cleared the smoke. Now the road has what I'll become. Freedom isn't standing still, it's carrying the weight and moving on. They say shrink, slow down, fade away, live small, leave no trace. But survival isn't the goal anymore. We're here to build it, we're here to stay. Never surrender. Stand your ground. They won't decay. They won't decline. We answer with life. children laughing more than they fear their own end. They want us quiet, divided, no roots cut clean before they spread. But blood remembers future songs, and we're not done being bred. Kabhi nahi, aasli chukde nahi, zameen zinda hai, aasli rukde nahi. Baki baat never surrender. Baki baat no retreat. They want collapse, they want control. We answer with only faith and feet on the street. We fight, we build, we break through walls they raise. Community over cowardice, honor over decay. Fruitful in a dying world, that's the real rebellion. Plant life where they still despair and call it progression. Never surrender. I give our hope through the flame. We don't beg for a future. We unforge it name by name.
Oh, neck.
बचना जीत नहीं
Hey, Ben Two Acre, how's the missus?
होता है कुछ खड़ा करना. I see the thread before it moves.
Please hold for customer service. 20-minute long tune. Hello, buddy. How can I help you, sir, today? Buddy, I have a good deal for you. Listen to me carefully, brother. Do exactly what I tell you to do, and you will be all good. I will not eat your brain, sir. I will not waste your time. Thank you. Call again. Oh. I don't know why I'm getting these headaches. Maybe I'm just dehydrated or something. I'll whack a ton of water into me like. Oh, shit.
Paper crowns, empty thrones, numbers starting to your bones. Now you sign your name all day, you pack your life in chains. Every promise tastes like grave. Perish and demand to trust out there. But count the truth to set on there, and blood is how they collect. One on our Don't take the ticket, don't sign your soul. Forever dead is a lie they stole. Cut the rope from around your neck. On a first rejected death. Knuckles like a wound or a ruby ball. Rubber to me now, koi malik Nicole. Goblins laugh.
If you think you're drinking enough water, you're wrong. Yeah, that's probably true, yeah. Do not be redeeming, sir. Do not redeem. Call me back. Decent tracks. Who is it? Yeah, these are all AI. These are all made using Suno AI. Surrey Delta Bear made them. Okay, I'm using the wrong brush for this. Yeah, they're ridiculously good, aren't they? Like, I take all the credit. Is it possible to set the parameters for more guitar solos? Yeah. I'll stick on I think there's still some more left on this. There's like what, 11 songs on this, and we've played like what, six so far. There's like this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 more tunes left, so we played 5 already. Oh shit. Fuck, my bad. I hit the wrong button. Shit. My bad, buddy. I hit wrong button, buddy. My bad. Oh shit, fuck. Stop eating my brain, buddy. Yeah, like seriously, what fucking like my talking to the parasite in my forehead. Oh, you're eating my brain, buddy. Oh fuck. Was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? So it was this one. He has like there's like 40 fucking metal songs in a playlist that sorry Delta Bear has made over the last while. And like they're class. Like one of them is just called Monday. And it's like fucking deadly. It's one of my favorites. Don't worry, Emmanuel. I will. I'll do a bit of ranting. I'll do a bit of ranting later. Yeah, the Clean Amongst Filth one's class. Did they put up new cell towers there recently? They did. They didn't put up new cell. Well, actually, they did. They did like. They didn't put up new towers, but they did replace all the stuff with like new shit. They put in like new fiber optic cables and stuff, and they put up new boxes and shit. But I think I've only been getting the headaches like I don't know for like maybe 2 months now or something. I'm not sure. I don't like my initial impression is that the timing doesn't coincide with each other. But then you could argue that like it doesn't take immediate effect. Um, but yeah, I'd say I'm just dehydrated. It feels like it's something to do with my eyes and my forehead. So it could just be like staring at lights and having too much screen time, and it could be a lack of vitamin D as well because I've just been in the dark a lot lately because of the weather. Um, I wouldn't be immediately that conspiratorial. Like part of me thought like I might be wearing the headband too tight, so I've been loosening it up. But I've never like fucking. I wouldn't like I wouldn't put it on really tight and be uncomfortable, and you'd have to put it on really tight and have it on for like long periods of time. Um, I've thought about a few things. I think I am just like dehydrated. Probably haven't been drinking enough water. And I'm yawning a lot. Speak of the devil and it shall appear. So I think I'm not drinking enough water. I'm not working out enough. Um, I'm probably not eating enough. My sleep is like good, but not great. Because like you can kind of see it in my eyes. Like I've got like circles around my eyes and shit. Like, and I've been very stressed lately. I've been like really, really stressed lately. Uh, like depressed, sad, angry. Like I've had a lot of very like strong emotions the past like 8 months. So like all of those factors to me would probably have like way more of an impact than if they're putting like fucking 5G towers in or something like. But having said that, they did recently outfit the whole town with like new cables and shit. Oh, excuse me. But from what I could tell, uh, it's fiber optics to increase the internet speeds for all the businesses and all the houses. So those are like insulated cables, like going into boxes and then into the ground and along the buildings and stuff. They're not just like a load of fucking new towers like emitting a signal. So yeah, I don't think it's that. I could be wrong, but my money would be on me not having you know everything I said. I'm not properly hydrated, and my nutrition might be a bit off. I haven't been working out. Could just be the way I'm sleeping as well. Like I noticed the big lump on the back of my neck on the left hand side. Uh, was like probably like 2 or 3. Well, you're all Americans, so fucking. It was about an inch. It was about an inch by half an inch, and today it's like less than a third of an inch. Maybe half an inch. So I've obviously got a lot of fluids that are trying to like work their way through the like fascia and muscles and like all the different types of like blood vessels and stuff in my neck. And I said that the other day, like my traps are like really tight. So like I think I just have to like do a lot more stretching. Because I have been like really, really tight lately. Is that enough waffling for you, Emmanuel, about random shite? What was that topic? My health? It's a fucking shit topic. Right, back to the Punjab. Low chi, yeah. You could like rap. You could what's the term? You could summarize everything I just said as low chi. We call it reverse subversion Punjab metal. Don't take the dick. Did I say don't take the ticket or don't take the dick? What the fuck? Hold on, I need to go back. Yeah, don't take the ticket. I swear to God, I thought that said, don't take the dick that signs your soul. Oh man, like a fucking like a public service announcement with a ridiculously like bobbly head Indian dude telling people not to be gay would be the funniest thing. Listen to me, you're homosexuals. Don't take the dick. Don't put it in your butt. Don't put it in your mouth. It's very bad for you. It's very bad for the environment. Trust me, I know, buddy. I've been there, buddy. Like, sucking the dick not good for your body. Like, just because you are low on bobs and vagine does not mean you suck the dick, buddy. Like, this public service announcement has been brought to you by Kali. Stay tuned for a public service announcement on bobs and vagine by our very own Ganesh. Like, oh man, seriously, like, fuck. We need to start fucking around with AI videos. Oh fuck. Oh, I'm tired. It's that too as well. Like, I feel like I'm probably gonna go for a nap after the stream. Oh. Oh, fuck. Don't take the tip, don't bend the knee, no forever alone will own me. By strength, by faith, by will, by hand, we build a future they can't command. Self-determined, God aligned. No middleman for Don't bloody forget the day of phrases, buddy. No, I won't. You're 15 minutes early anyway, buddy. Why are you so early, buddy? Ugh. Had to delete one because the AI was getting a little grapey with the lyrics. Almost like it knows who the music is for. It's all about the bobs of a gin, buddy. No!
The fight is sacred, the path is long, the heart endures, the soul belongs. Crushing at life, yet I move onward. Every trial, every scar, a testament. I fight with humility, I fight with love. I honor the world, the life, the moment. Each day is a mountain. Each breath a battlefield.
That sounds like Shinedown or fucking it's a Creed or something like. That sounded so familiar there.
The storm can break.
Yeah, like this is like a total like it's like an Indian rip-off of fucking like Creed or some shit like. That's hilarious. I will not fap to Bob's and Virgin.
The fight is sacred. The path is long. The heart endures. The soul belongs.
Yeah, like I was actually I had that in mind. I love the mech from District 9. I know it's blue, it's not yellow, but that's actually what I had in mind. The whole the head section is like this like prawn looking thing coming forward. Man, that's a savage movie. District 9's like one of the best movies I've ever seen. Like, fucking so cool. The aliens, the weapons, the mech at the end. Really good movie.
No matter the storm, no matter the night, we walk in grace and rise in light. No matter the storm, no matter the night, we walk in grace and rise in light.
Yeah, all them were class. Oh, still more. I should have done ya. Every time I see that or try to pronounce it, it's like I should have done ya. I should have done ya. It's like one film that actually garnered a sequel and never got. Yes, yeah, totally. I really wanted to see where that universe was gonna go. That was a really cool IP and a really cool idea for a universe. And it didn't go anywhere. I really wanted to see like how that would play out and all. Like, what? That's your man Neil Blomkamp or something, isn't it? He did Chappie and something else. Chappie's really good. Fucking that crazy couple. I don't know what genre of music you'd call them. Fucking Diantwood. They're South African, aren't they? That's what that location was, wasn't it? South African, I think. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it's fucking South African. Chappie was a really good movie. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, I've noticed that actually. It's fucking when I get these headaches, I start yawning a lot. And I'm like, yeah, I probably am just like suffering from like exhaustion or something. Like I've burnt myself out multiple times over the last like 6 years. Uh, and then every time I try to get off coffee, the headaches make it like more difficult to get through the day. So I end up just having like a fuckload of tea because there's some caffeine in tea, and that kind of offsets it. Or I just cave and I just have a coffee because I'm a bitch. Like, oh, headache. You see, most people would just take painkillers. I don't. Like the last thing, the only thing I took painkillers for was when I had the mandible nerve pain that I had when my fucking before they started taking a lot of teeth out of my head because my teeth were rotting out of my head. That's uh that's a pain I wasn't able to endure. That was no joke. Owen's I completely like when that time Owen turned around, he was like, if you've ever had tooth pain, uh, like nerve tooth pain or whatever, it's wild, and yeah, it's no joke. It's the only thing that I ever like genuinely felt like I needed painkillers for, or I was gonna fucking um like I was gonna snap. Like it was driving me mad. I remember fucking like I woke up in the middle of the night with it one time, and I couldn't get back to sleep, and I didn't want to wake Emma up by groaning or like making any noise. So I was just like I was like holding on to it or whatever, and I ended up taking painkillers, and then they take like half an hour or 40 minutes to kick in or whatever, and I was just like downstairs in the dark, standing there in my boxers, sweating in the dining room, just going like, oh, like I started doing I started doing fucking qigong for like a stupid amount of time, like holding forms long enough that like it started to really hurt. So do you ever do that? Like you have a pain that's so intense that you just start I used to punch things as well. Like it's like you'd fucking you try and move the pain to a different part of your body that's more manageable. Because like some things to do with your head are just so like unbearable after a certain point. Like because it feels like you can't relax, you can't get comfortable, you can't like anything. Like it's driving me mad. Like that was the only thing I really like took painkillers for. It's mad. I remember getting a headache. I think it was a headache when I was a kid. It's probably from playing video games too much or some shit. I don't know. Um, but I had a bad headache and I didn't. Or was it a headache? I can't. I felt sick or something. Like I can't remember what was wrong with me actually. Uh, but my dad tried to give me painkillers, and he was like, "Swallow these," and I had a fear of like swallowing things because when I was a small child, probably like fucking four, like 3, 4, 5 ish. I was in my nan's house, and they were all in the kitchen. I was in the sitting room on my own, playing with my toys, watching cartoons, and I had these things called soft. It was a brand of like the brand was soft mints, where they're like hard on the outside, chewy on the inside, and they're a mint. But it wasn't the mint ones. It was the same brand, but it was like a different product, where they were like cherry flavored, banana flavored, strawberry flavored, grape flavored, so on and so forth. Like so, it was like these multicolored. They're kind of like similar to like a big Skittle, you know, um, hard on the outside, soft on the inside. But they were like shiny. The hard outside surface was like shiny and like slippery. So it was something that you could you like easily swallow if you're an adult. Um, And I ended up I was eating these things, and I was like, I was pounding them, like, and I accidentally swallowed one whole, and it got caught in my throat. And for a second there, I was like, like just trying to swallow it, and it wouldn't go anywhere. And then I tried to breathe, and I was like, like, so like, I was like, fuck it, I was a toddler, like, and I like realized that I was choking. I was like, oh shit, there's no adults around, I'm gonna die. So I like ran into the kitchen. I was standing there in the kitchen. I was like, and I just remember my grandmother turning around and being like, Derek, the child can't breathe. Like, it was like, oh shit. And they like picked me up off the ground and started like doing the Heimlich, and all the thing popped out of my mouth all over the floor. It was fucking like, I don't know why that story makes me. I think it's because just the image of it from a third person perspective in my mind is just really funny to me. Like, just this kid playing with his toys, watching cartoons, eating sweets, and then all of a sudden, like, because it was gradual, like, do you know what I mean? It wasn't like I instantly was like, oh shit, like that's caught in my throat. I like kind of sat there oblivious to what was going on for a sec. I was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna die. Like, I best seek adult help. Like, I just like walked into the kitchen. It was like, just getting their attention by just like gargling, like, like, oh, it's fucking gas. But I'm assuming that's why I had a fear of swallowing pills. Just makes sense, like, do you know what I mean? I had this like mental block because I'd go to swallow a paracetamol or a Panadol or any of these things, like, what are you, like, you guys, Tylenol or whatever that shit is, like, just it's a what are they? It's a pill of paracetamol or whatever, painkillers, like, they're that fucking elongated oval shape, and they're about like what, like a centimeter and a half, two. Some of them can be fairly large, like depending on the dosage, like. And he was just like handing me a glass of water, and he was like, swallow these. And I was just like, no, can't swallow pills. No, like, give me anything else. Anything else. Give me a liquid, give me fucking crush them, put them in a drink. I don't fucking care how bad it tastes, but I'm not swallowing shit. And he got really angry at me. He got like really pissed off at me, really frustrated. Because he was like, you're complaining about pain, you're complaining about being sick, and I'm giving you a solution, but you refuse to take it. Like, do you know what I mean? But like, I couldn't take it. Like, and then he ended up like crushing it up on a spoon and giving it to me, and then I just knocked it back. But I always thought that was funny, where it's like the whole the mental block of like. Did you ever see that clip on YouTube? Fucking I think it went viral at one stage. I saw it there recently, and it's like, it's a fucking horrible clip. I think allegedly it's supposed to be a Ukrainian soldier that got bit by a cat while out in the battlefield, and he's suffering from like late stage rabies virus. And one of the late stages of rabies virus, allegedly, or whatever, is that you develop like aquaphobia or whatever, like, or hydrophobia or whatever it's called, and like you physically cannot drink water. Your nervous system's like terrified of water. There's a part of me that thinks that's total bullshit. Don't ask me why. Like, I know most people would be like, "Why would you think that's not real?" It's like, I don't know. I mean, I just like, does it mean like any liquid, or is it just water? Because the only one that they ever mention is like, oh, you can't drink water and you die. Well, have some soup then. Like, what the fuck? Like, like, have a grape. Like, eat an orange. Like, just because you can't drink water doesn't mean you're gonna die. Like, that's the most retarded thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, like, oh no, I can't drink water, I'm gonna die. Fucking put him on a saline drip. Give him a pint of milk. Fucking like. Doesn't make any sense. Because it's like in the comments and all, it's like, oh my god, what a terrifying thing. Like, that poor guy must be so scared and all. Like, you can see him trying to drink the water, and he just like his body just won't do it. And I'm like, give him a Guinness, like fucking like. You know, like if the thing is that your body is like, oh no, water. It's like, well, there's many other liquids. Like, do you know what I mean? Have some OJ, nigga. Like. Like maybe obviously I could be ignorant, you know. There's like some people out there like their dad died of rabies is probably like fucking like you don't know what you're talking about. Like shut the fuck up. Like do you know what I mean? On paper it makes no sense, you know. Um of course his body rejected the water. He needs vodka. That's it. Like my mind was just like, okay, you can't drink water. So like fucking like there's like so many other options, like do you know what I mean? Now if they explained it as like any liquid your body is just like gonna reject or some shit like that, then like yeah, that's fucked. That's fucking that sucks. But even then, you like surely there's a way around that. Like do you know, that just seems so monumentally retarded to me that like that would be a thing. Do you know what I mean? It's like, he's got late state rabies. He's gonna die. Like, do you know what I mean? Well, why is he gonna die? Because like he's allergic to liquids now. It's like, but they're you telling me that nobody has a way around that? Like, like I'd be experimenting with everything. I'd be like, try this, boom, try this, boom, try this, boom. Like, okay, I mean, like, there's a long list of things. One of them's bound to work. Like, do you know what I mean? What if we try to get you to eat some stew? I don't know. Like, you know, like, what if you what if you tricked the brain? Like, do you mean like you can lie to the eyes, you can lie to the nervous system? Do you know what I mean? To an insane degree. Like, like we've all been brainwashed and psyoped to fuck. You telling me you can't trick somebody with rabies into like imbibing or like you know fucking consuming something that they need? So, like that just seems fundamentally fucked to me. Like, you know, it's just like. And it's one of those things where I'm like, am I retarded? You know? And I'm like, probably. So like, but at the same time, I'm like, no. I mean, there is so much evidence out there that other people are retarded, and these vast fucking industries that are supposed to like, you know, do something on the face of them don't. They actually do the opposite. Hospitals don't kill you. Hospitals don't heal you. They kill you. Fucking universities and schools don't teach you. They make you retarded and they brainwash you and they indoctrinate you. Fucking like restaurants don't even like to a degree they don't serve you food. They serve you an art form. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, do you ever go to a restaurant? You get like a fucking plate. You order something and like most of the plate is empty. There's like the smallest fillet steak you've ever seen in your life. 3 things of asparagus, you know, like a dashing of cherry juice or some shit, and like 2 scoops of mashed potato. And like the plate's like this fucking big. Your meal that you've paid fucking 25-30 euro for or whatever is like in the center of the plate. Like, it's like, I came here to get fed. I didn't come here to be tempted to be like, you know what I mean? Like to be fucking like, what would be the word? Like, not even tempted, like fucking like mocked, you know, like you're there reading it on paper, you know, like oh sirloin steak, pan seared with fucking, you know, this, that, and the rest of you. Oh, that sounds delicious. Oh, it's a bit expensive though. Like, better be a big fucking. It'll probably be like, you know, a decent sized fucking portion of all. And they hand you this like moon fucking size, like a replica of the moon sized fucking dinner plate, and like an itty bitty fucking like just this thing in the center. 5-star restaurant, like that is like it's just there's so much evidence like that I've been surrounded by for the 34 years that I've been alive that the whole human realm is utterly fucking retarded, like in so many ways, that when I see something like that, like it's like initially it's like, oh shit, like, you know, that's because the way your man's spazzing out and all, like, do you know what I mean? They try to, he's like, you can tell he's like either a really good actor or he is fucking terrified. Like he's sweating, he's panicky, like, he's like standing up and fucking clutching his face and all, like, you know what I mean? He's like contemplating that he might die in the next few hours or some shit like that, like, or days or whatever. And he's clearly eliciting the body language of somebody that is panicking, like, or in a aroused state of like panic or whatever. And they hand him this like plastic cup full of water. And he like gears himself up for it. Like, he's like like he's gonna jump a large gap or something, like, you know what I mean, to get away from a fucking predator or some shit. Like, and then he goes to swallow it, and he just like like his body just doesn't let him. But like after watching it and then reading some of the comments and all, there was just this overwhelming, like, well, I suppose not overwhelming. Overwhelming is a poor way to put it. Like, there was just this like part of my mind that was like, that seems like utter bullshit. And it's on a body cam and all. So typically you would expect those things to be like, in quotes, real. That's why I love watching police body cam footage, because it's like, it's real. Like, you know what I mean? It's like some dude breaking into a house, taking children hostage. Like, some couple, gets a knock on the door from fucking the sheriff's department because allegedly they're fucking torturing their kids and all. Like, and all the stuff you see is like, it's fucking real. Like, and the way people, like, you can see it in their eyes, like they're not acting, so the reactions are real and stuff, because like so much of what we've seen for decades now is total bullshit. So my mind craves reality, like, and but there was, despite that being something that you would usually consider to be real, because it's just like it's in one of those rooms that looks like it's in a police station or a barracks or something like that, like, and it's on one of like the medical staff or another soldier's body cam or something, like, and then part of me was just like, that just seems like total bullshit. Like again, I could be taught. I've never had rabies that I'm aware of. Like, you know what I mean? I've never seen anybody die of rabies. Like, it's like, I know rabies is allegedly a thing that you can get from animals, but like, also from what I've heard is that, like, it's kind of like anti-venom. If like you get it administered to you quick enough, it's not really an issue. Like, obviously depending on the snake or the dosage or some shit. Some snakes can kill you in like what, like 2-3 hours or something, like, or half an hour. I think there's a sea snake. I think there's a sea snake that's, its neurotoxin is like so potent, like it can murk your ass in like half an hour, because like it goes straight to your nervous system and shuts down your lungs or some shit, like. But like that's way more believable, like, you know what I mean? Because like those things are like biomechanically, like, god ordained, designed to, like, that's how it hunts, that's how it kills its prey, is it goes like whack and like puts the venom into the thing, waits a few minutes, slithers up to the victim, and then swallows it whole. That makes total sense. But like, the idea that something can have a potentially deadly virus that like makes you terrified to drink water, like, sure, don't get me wrong, like the idea of like well, the whole virus fucking bullshit, like, whatever. It would make more sense to me. It was like, is rabies supposed to be a parasite? I don't know, like, fucking, hold on, I'll look it up there. I always heard it as the rabies virus. Rabies virus. Yeah, it's a virus. Is it parasite? What if I type in parasite? What comes up? Rabies parasite. Because rabies is not a parasite. Okay. It's a fatal viral infection caused by the Lissa virus genus, which attacks the central nervous system of mammals, including humans. It is transmitted via saliva. Yeah, I knew all that bit. Like bats, dogs, cats, foxes, all these things. Primarily, incubation is usually 3 to 12 weeks. Early symptoms include tingling at the bite side, followed by fever, headache, and later hallucinations, fatality. It is nearly 100% fatal once symptoms appear, making immediate medical attention necessary after exposure. You need a vaccine, immunoglobulin, post-exposure, distinction from parasites. Like, I don't know. I smell bullshit. You know, so the only solution is a vaccine, not an antivirus, not a fucking like, you know, not a, I don't know what else would you fuck it, like some kind of radiation, some kind of like a vaccine. Immediate vaccine is the only. I don't know. That sounds like total bullshit to me. Like, how funny would that be if like fucking has Owen ever spoken about that? That seems like some random thing that Owen would be like, yeah, like nukes and shit. Like, do you know what I mean? Because like rabies is like famous. Rabies is one of those like, you know, fucking what do you call them? Like, you know, the boogeyman. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, oh, if you get rabies, you're fucked. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, but 3 to 12 weeks. And it's if you get bitten by something. And I've heard that, like, you know, fucking, like, we've probably all heard you know, foaming at the mouth, erratic behavior is usually what's exhibited by the thing that has rabies. Rabies symptoms in animals. Sudden aggression, uncharacteristic shyness. Like, think about the contradiction there. So he's either going to be suddenly aggressive or uncharacteristically shy. Those are two contradicting symptoms. So it's like it's either going to be unaggressive or really aggressive. That could be anything. You could scare the creature. Its fucking young could be close. It could be protecting a food source. You could just be on its territory. Like the amount of creatures that are like generally aggressive anyway because they're fucking predatory. Like, do you know what I mean? They don't like humans. They're scared of humans. Like, staggering. Staggering could be anything. It could have been hit by something. It could have a wound. Excessive drooling. That could be fucking anything. Like, the amount of diseases that fucking animals get in the wild, like. Behavioral, like, unexplained aggression, biting, attacking, extreme nervousness, or sudden severe anxiety. How the fuck are you gonna tell if an animal is anxious? Like, sure, you like if you're a fucking expert in like animal behavior, you could say that, like, you know, ears down, fucking lowering the head, being all kind of like maybe the tails between their legs, something like excessive drooling, foaming at the mouth, and difficulty swallowing. Like, it could be fucking anything. It's so vague. It's one of those things that like hits everything. Like, do you know what I mean? High dollar restaurants don't sell nourishment. They sell the experience of food. Yeah, that's an excellent. Yeah. The opulent experience of consuming something, you know, and feeling divine while you're doing it. Like, do you know what I mean? Instead of just like putting a plate in front of you and actually like feeding you, like to the point where you're like rubbing your belly, being like, "Oh yeah, that was fucking. I couldn't eat another bite." Like, do you know what I mean? No, they sell you this fucking, you know, the fragrance and the fucking, like, it's all bullshit, like, because, like, you know, if you fucking smell, you'd walk into your fucking grandmother's kitchen and she could just be making mashed potato and breaded chicken and you'd be like, oh yeah, like, so stupid. Like, rabies, smallpox, Ebola are the biggest alleged ooga boogas. It's so funny, isn't it? Like, and like it's one of those things where it's like is that just to encourage you to be scared of like wild animals? Like, don't get me wrong. Obviously, like you don't want to like approach a fucking bear or some shit. Like, do you know what I mean? But there's also so many documented cases of, especially if you're in a location for an extended period of time. Like, do you know what I mean? And like something's not hungry, it's recently fed. Like, it's like I think there's only like a few animals that are like known like like immediate like man killers. Like they see you and they just go, "Oh, food," and they just like fuck you up. Polar bears, uh, is it polar bears, tigers, and something else? I can't remember. Like even great whites will like circle you and like will like have a nibble, you know, like but they like bump up against you like a fucking dolphin to see what the crack is, like, Jimmy. But it's like the the scientific community and the media sell, it's all just like fear, fear, fear. Be afraid, be terrified, be terrified. Like if you get bitten by something, whether it be like think about it, like anything from squirrels, bats, foxes, fucking coyotes, like wild dog, like obviously you don't want to fuck around with something that's being like, you know, really aggressive. But like they they just put this extra layer in of it. Like Ebola. Ebola is like, you know, you get it, you're dead. And like when you look at the stats, like loads of people, not just Owen, there's been loads of truthers where it's like Ebola's not real. Like it's a cover up for something else. Same with smallpox. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then you get all of these like Dunning Kruger fuckers that are like, no, it's totally real. It's fucking like, and I know people would say that I'm Dunning Kruger, but I'm not though. I'm not making any claims. I haven't made a single fucking claim. I haven't said it is this, it is that, or whatever. I'm saying it something smells off. Like, do you know what I mean? Like my fucking fuckery radar is just like, oh no. I mean, there's something that sounds like kind of bullshit there. Like I literally said, like I'm ignorant, I could be wrong, you know. But you'll have all of these people that are like, no, it's definitely like you should be terrified. Like, you know, it's just I think shit like that is like one of the biggest like purposes of our like current paradigm in society and all is like everything is driven by be afraid of the wild, you're safe in cities, the government is your daddy, like there's no way that you could survive in the wild on your own, even though there's like people like Ray Mears and fucking, you know, like fuck Bear Grylls, he's a wanker, he's a faker, like, but like I'm sure he could survive for a while in the wild, you know, or whatever. Like, but like guys like that British fella Ray Mears, I think he's British. Like bushcraft, like it was a fucking like. How do you think they survived on the frontier in all of these like starting civilizations for fucking hundreds of years, if not thousands of years, and all this fucking shit? Where it's just like all you've got is like what you got lying around you, and people live like look at the Kalahari Bushman, like do you know what I mean? Oh my god, there's no water for miles, and he just digs up a root out of the ground and just starts squeezing water out of the thing and then hands it to you. Like it's all just an excuse to buy the product, you know. And I know it's a bit of a fucking crazy like dot connect to go from I don't know if rabies is real to everything is fake and K, and it's just so you'll buy fridges, but like I'm dead serious. Like, so it's like I think it's all connected in that sense. Where it's like they have to. It's like what Owen's talking about lately with the Tree of Lies. It's like they have to. They have to construct this entire matrix of false reality assumptions for you to assume that everything they make is like there's a reason for it. That the scientists are right about all this stuff and all. Like, it's like I thought it was so. I saw a clip there the other day of like one time when Norm Macdonald just like totally destroyed Neil deGrasse Tyson on Twitter. I think it was. I can't really remember exactly what was said, but Neil deGrasse Tyson was essentially like the universe doesn't care about your feelings. Like you're insignificant. Like all that. Like the same. You know something from nothing. Nothing matters. Even like I always thought that was funny. Nothing really matters because the universe is like it just is, and it's order from chaos and evolution, all this shit. Nothing matters. but everything is matter. It's one of those, like, did you make any profit? Oh, Jesus was a prophet. Like, it's like that wordplay spellcraft bullshit of like nothing really matters. Like, we place meaning upon things because of the human consciousness and all, but like everything just is and blah blah. Where it's like, but everything allegedly is made from matter. So it's like, which one is it? Like, so there's literally meaning in everything. Like, you know what I mean? Everything from fucking like, and that makes total sense to me. Like, because when you look at nature, everything has a meaning. Everything has a purpose. There's grazers. There's like, hunters. There's decomposers. There's like the whole fucking wild, no matter where in the realm you are, functions like autonomously to a degree. Obviously, I know animals can like make decisions and shit. Like, you know what I mean? But like, to a degree, it's autonomous, and that's what makes us different. Is we're not autonomous. The worms just do what the worms do. The fucking weather just does what the weather does. The sun goes up, the sun goes down, the sun comes up again. Like, it's like everything just goes, and it's like, well, how? How does it just like what set all this in motion and all? And they're just like, oh, an explosion billions of years ago, and we came from monkeys. And it's like, like what the fuck? It's no different than that clip I saw. I think it was like 1883 or like Yellowstone or something. I can't remember what show it was. But it's like the first when they invented fridges, and they were like, you could keep all this cool, and like, the like the cowboy or whatever turns around and is like, well, what use have I got for a fridge? Why do I need to keep things cold? We ferment food, we salt the meat. If I want something to be cool, I keep it underground in a cellar. Like, that's how they used to keep shit cold or cool. You didn't need ice. You just kept it out of the sun. You kept it in an underground kind of thing where it was like, there's like maybe a draft or some shit. I don't really know how it works. I've never fucking built one, but like, you don't need a fucking fridge. And to have a fridge, you need electricity. So it's like I totally get where Owen's coming from, where he wants to construct the tree of lies, because it's like when you start tracing all of this bullshit to a center node, you're just like, oh, okay. Like, you know what I mean? And part of me was thinking, what's the lie that sustains all lies? I hear me out. I think the concept that we've been sold by like all known religions and shit like that, like of what God is kind of the lie that sustains all lies, because it creates a binary of like, well, God is real, or he is, or it either God exists or it doesn't. And that's how you have like the binary of like religion and atheism. So people are like either secular or they're either fact driven or they're belief driven. Like, and then there's like a gray area or whatever like that. Like, I think that immediately sets up a situation where people just have this like intrinsic distrust and doubt. And so, like, do you think all mushrooms are like connected? Yeah, well, not all mushrooms, but you get what I'm talking about. Where like you have all of these things in nature that like are almost like either telepathically or biomechanically connected to each other. Like tomatoes, like tomato plants, right? Well, they'll start to get eaten by a fucking caterpillar, and it was actually the Death's Head moth caterpillar that you really like, Desmond Usama. Fucking, they're really cool looking. Tomato plants will send out a signal, right? And because like a caterpillar is like munching on their leaves, and a tomato plant will go like, oh shit, we have a problem. And all the other ones start releasing this toxin that makes it like inedible to the caterpillar, right? So if they can't find another source of food locally, they'll just start eating each other. So like think about that for a sec. So like if if a certain like if every subcategory of creature or thing, because it's like, you know, we separate like animals and plants and stuff. Just take organisms, like just an organism, like so that to me says that like a tomato plant has like either an insanely complex and sophisticated uh chemical makeup that like when a caterpillar starts eating it, like that to me says that a plant has a nervous system. Do you know what I mean? Because that's like a mechanical action. So like that's fascinating. Like, do you know what I mean? And like your nervous system looks like the roots of plants or the roots of a tree. Like, do you know what I mean? And there's like people that have said that we're basically walking trees and stuff like that. I think Owen said that as well, because it's like everything else is fixed to the earth in terms of like plants and trees and all these things. And then you have animals. Animals aren't fixed to the earth, but in a sense they are because of whatever the fuck gravity is, you know, or they're like the bioelectrical current that like fastens us to the earth. And then like, but we can move around. But in a sense, all that does is provide more like sustenance and propagation for the things that don't move. You know, birds, bees, they like move pollen around, they move seeds around. Grazing animals like will like eat something and then shit it out over there. Like, you know, like so it's like I think I heard about this before. Like there has to be some kind of like occultic knowledge or an esoteric knowledge or like a group of people out there that think that like uh it's probably Gaia, you know, the people that believe that like Mother Earth is actually the god or whatever, and like the plants are like, you know, that we're like at the mercy of plant life because of all the spores and the parasites and the like smells and the what do they call them, like uh pheromones and stuff like that, like, you know. So like, and yeah, don't worry, I'm going to bring a full circle and I have a point to this. It's like, what if the whole idea of God being something up there or something out there, you know, because like people think God and they're like, oh, it's a man in the sky, because we've anthropomorphic, that's how you say it, anthropomorphized God, where like most people that like you have all the Christians, Muslims, like it's all like a human, you know, it's like a cosmic divine entity, but it just happens to look like us. So like, what if the lie that sustains all lies is that God is like somehow like outside of us, or it's like something separate to us? And I'm not saying that like we are God, but it's very like I would say it's very similar to like the thing out of Star Trek with the fucking what are they called, the changelings, where it's like the drop becomes the ocean becomes the drop. So it's like, and even in religious things, they, you know, it's like, oh, you have the spark of divinity within you. Like Jesus said, the kingdom of God is within. So like, you know, what if he just did mushrooms in India and was like, oh, I get it now, like, you know what I mean? But it's like, the reason you have to speak in parables is because when you try to explain this to someone on like a, I don't know, like a scientific or secular, like trying to tell someone that in a sense they are God and they can connect consciously or subconsciously to like, you know, the the universal consciousness, the electromagnetic current that passes through all biomechanical like beings and stuff, whether it be plants or animals or whatever. Like why did we used to live in trees? Like what did we used to like? Why is there's this like genetic memory of like, you know, when people saw the home tree getting fucked up in Avatar, we were all like, what is that? Seems awfully familiar. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, isn't that one of the old stories? Like, you know, and then the whole Devil's Tower thing, and it's like, but like, there's that saying of people never look low enough for God. Like, you know, they're always looking for God, but they never look low enough. Like what if that's like literal as fuck, where like God isn't out there, it's like here. God is like beneath you. And I don't mean in the sense of like God is beneath you as in like less than you, but like literally beneath you. In the sense of like when, like, you know, they talk about grounding and all, where, like, you know, if you have your feet in the soil and you're like fucking gripping the soil with your toes and stuff, and there's loads of trees around, it's like, what if the reason that these parasitical organisms or these parasitical people or whatever have made it so uh like their mission is to get us all like out of the wilderness, away from nature, into a synthetic reality. And it's, I'm not talking about a synthetic reality in some kind of like consciousness construct or some shit like that, where it's like, oh, they want us all in VR and AI and all this shit. It's like, sure, to a degree, but just the idea of not being in nature, like just that alone, like the, like just being in a town or a city or a house, like when you look at the Hobbit homes, they were built into the ground, you know, in the Shire and the Lord of the Rings and stuff. Like they didn't build they didn't build a house on the ground. They dug a hole into the ground, into the side of the hill, or they, like, you know, built a bit of a construct and then they put earth over it. Like, not only is that a good insulator, but that also would, like, you know, theoretically, like, because of all the roots and nerve endings of the grass and the plants and all that shit, like, would give your home, it would be easier to heat, it would hold heat better, you'd be insulated for, like, think about the fucking what's it, like, soundproofing and shit and all that. Like, there's all sorts of benefits to that, and it would probably be a really healthy bioelectric field in your home if if the whole home was surrounded by things like plants and grass, and if you had a tree like growing on top of it or some shit like that. Like, it's like, that just makes a lot of sense to me, where, like, the original lie is the lie of, like, gods, and gods being, like, up there and, like, above us and in the sky and in the cosmos, and, like, you know, the constellations, like, as above so below. What if all the fucking stars and the constellations and, like, the sky, what if that is some kind of reflection of some kind of intense projection from a point in earth, that, like, what if it is shaped like a donut, you know, and there's a center point in the realm that no one's allowed to go to or whatever, like the whole Antarctica, the wall bullshit. What if there's a thing in the middle, like the fucking Saturnian cube myth and all this stuff, where there's, like, this crystalline fucking cube thing, this black rock, you know, company, black rock, black stone, all this fucking shit, this, like, abyssal stone that's at the center of our realm. And what if that, like, projects all this stuff into the sky or whatever? Like, you know, like, maybe, I don't fucking know, would explain fucking you know, shooting stars and shit. I don't know. I'm just, like, I'm thinking, I'm using my imagination, because, like, there's no evidence that, like, well, not that there's no, there's a ton of evidence to argue that, like, we've never gone anywhere, you know. Oh, there's satellites hundreds of millions of miles away. Like, you're retarded, fuck off, I don't care. Like, you know, it's like some of the, it's so obvious when you make, when you realize the claims they make and the tech we actually have. I know you can argue that there's greater tech than the public has, you know, and that, like, that would be a better argument for that shit, where it's like, the public technology is, like, nowhere near what they claim to be capable of, and it's all smoke and mirrors and bullshit, and, like, you know, oh, look, Elon is fucking landing a rocket backwards. Like, it's like, they're always talking about going back to the moon, they never go back. They're always talking about going to Mars, but it never, like, they never even get remotely close to anything like that. And the idea that you could use the tech that they use to travel these vast distances in this, like, the idea that there's the vacuum of space is able to tear lead apart, but they went to the moon, like, so, like, it's like, the way they describe it's like 200 degrees Celsius positive and 200 degrees Celsius fucking negative and all this at the same time. So, like, so you would be frozen solid and vaporized in an instant. Like, it's like, or at least most shit would be. Like, it literally makes no sense. Like, and then they call you stupid, crazy, all this fucking stuff. It's like, oh, you're not intelligent enough to understand. And then you see, was it Don fucking, what's that fucking retard's name? Don Pettit. Oh, we could go back to the moon in a nanosecond, but like we just fucking. The fact that he even, like, what kind of scientist would say that? We could go back to the moon in a nanosecond. You know what a nanosecond is? Like, do you realize what you just said? I mean, apart from the fact that he looks and sounds like he had extensive vaccine damage as a child, the fact that he made it to adulthood is like an obscene miracle. But like the Koopa, you know, like fucking the idea that you could be like, oh yeah, we could go back to the moon in a nanosecond. What the fuck do you mean? We have the technology to just like instantaneously teleport to the moon? Like, you know, and maybe we do. I don't fucking know. Maybe that's what Stonehenge is. Like, you know, I haven't got a fucking clue. But like all of these things of like, this is your reality. And then things like mass migration. Do you know what I mean? Like DEI. Do you know what I mean? Like, we could go back to the moon in a nanosecond, but we can't get a female pilot to like not kill 80 people on a fucking Friday. Like the bitch drove a Black Hawk helicopter into a fucking plane. Like, it's just, it's so fucking retarded. Like, oh Christ. Is that good enough of a rant, Emmanuel? It's so fucking stupid. I've been pondering that ever since I heard Owen mention it. What's the lie that supports all lies? I have a weird feeling that it's God. Like, not the concept of God, but like the concepts of God and gods that we've been fed. Do you know what I mean? Because like every time you look at all this shit, it's like, oh, the Jews and all the secret families and secret societies and the occult knowledge and all this shit goes back thousands of years. It's like, okay, how far does it go back? And like, at what point, do you not think that that's like, I mean, it's a fucking excellent reason, again, to kill somebody like Jesus. You know, if Jesus is walking around being like, the kingdom of God is within, you know, call no man father. All of these things that liberate you from a state of mind of doing what these, you know, fucking deceivers, liars, manipulators, hypocrites. These things liberate you from that mindset of like, oh, fuck yeah. Why am I doing what he tells me? Why do I have to pay? What is money? Do you know what I mean? Like, why can't we just do stuff? Like, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's like Owen said with the whole fucking, you know, you come over and help me, you know, fucking till my land, and I'll teach your kid how to fish. Like stuff like that. Like, you know, it's like there's both parties benefit. There's no profit. There's no like, okay, I'll give you a shiny coin for putting a shelf up on my wall or something like you wouldn't need to do that. Why would you need to do that? It's like you come over and put a shelf up in my, like, not that you wouldn't, like, any man can fucking put up a shelf. If you can't put up a shelf, you're not a fucking man. Like, and I know that's one of those things that's like, you're not a real man if is like typically bullshit. But like the idea that you can't just put like 2 nails in a wall and make something level, even by eye, like, do you know what I mean? But like tasks, favors, the whole thing in John Wick of like, you don't even need a coin. You don't. Why do you need a third? Why do you need a third medium, like a separate medium to like? That doesn't make any sense. Like, if I teach you a skill, you now have that skill. If I'm gonna, like, if you earn, you don't need a medium of like transference of energy or data or knowledge or any of these things. Like, it's like if I give you a chicken and you give me a jug of water, that's it. Do you know what I mean? So like the whole idea of them, like, think about it. It's like everything's like offloading responsibility. Yeah. So it's all like, oh, you give the church your money and they get you into heaven instead of hell. But even that, like, Jimmy, like the whole idea of like, offerings and sacrifice and tributes to what? To something you can't see, taste, hear, touch. Do you know what I mean? It's like none of it involves here and now. None of it. All of it is for when you're dead. And none of us know what happens when we die. like that's the most bullshit fucking thing I've ever heard of. It's like, well, when you're not here anymore, you'll go somewhere else. And depending on what you did here, will have a great amount of meaning. It's like, okay, cool, good theory. But in the meantime, like, what about right here and now? Like, it's very similar to Owen's thing of like, yeah, but what now? All right, you have all these theories, you have all these thoughts. It's like the Christopher Gardner thing of like, oh, we could just pull energy out of the yeah, but like, do it then. You know? Oh, the whole idea is to be good and moral so that when you're dead, you go somewhere nice. It's like, how the fuck do you know? Have you been there? Have you had an NDE and you came back and you're like, no, yeah, you better be a good boy and pay the church because trust me, you don't want to go to the place I went to. It's like, well, hell can't be that bad if you came back. Like, like, did anyone ever have an NDE and go to hell? Did that ever as far as I've been told, as far as I'm aware, everyone who's had an NDE, like, sees God, goes to a really nice place or whatever, or like experiences this like overwhelming sense of peace and serenity and zen, and then comes back and is like, oh, you know, dying is not what you think it is, and all this fucking shit. Like for all you know, when you die, your consciousness just like expands into the trees, the grass, like, and like, what if that's why they want us away from all that shit and they want us in like cities that look like beehives? Because when you die in a city, what if, what if your consciousness can't like transfer to like something else organic? What if being in a city with all of that electromagnetic shit from all the buildings and all the internet and all this crap, and you like die in a hospital or you die like in the middle of a street or some shit like that? Like, what if that's where like ghosts come from? What if that's the thing that creates the ooze out of like Ghostbusters 2, where like all these people are dying in locations where their souls, in quotes, can't like move, like the entropy doesn't like work properly, like, you know, and you just have all this like fucking this like stagnant death energy just looming in a place because all these people have died in all these places that don't have grass, don't have trees, don't have like just that alone, like earth, you know, you're surrounded by concrete, metal, all this shit that is like essentially completely unnatural because we take the natural and we make something unnatural. Even shit like steel, iron, all this stuff, it's like you take the raw material and you burn it and you cool it and you fucking smash it to bits and then you shape it into something. Yeah, cool, grand. But like, what does that actually do on like an energetic level? What does that do on like a fucking soul level? Like, it's fascinating to me. Like, oh, not a coffee. You fucking Griffin saying, it's so simple. It's good versus Israel. That's hilarious. A traditional larder would be cool to build. Larder? Pretty much it's a fridge, but no power, mostly for cheese bread. Yeah, like a pantry and shit. Like, isn't that what they used to have? It was like these like cellars that like it would be cold because you'd like make a draft or something. Because like depending on the context of the area, like wouldn't you, like, if you went underground, wouldn't it get warmer, or does it get cooler? I don't know. Like, I've never like dug a fucking massive hole underground and then like been in it for like an extended period of time. Like a cabinet with ventilation pipes for highest to lowest points possible. Yeah. Salt cured meats. Oh man, seriously, when you get a fucking big like rump of beef and you fucking cook it perfectly, it's got that like nice little like pink tinge all the way through the middle of it, and then sure, like you fucking cut it up and serve it then when it's nice and hot and all. Like, but like it actually does taste so much better when you like stick it in some Tupperware or something and put some salt on it, and just like even just the following day. Oh my god, it's intense. It's so nice. Don Petite, because he's mentally small. That's hilarious. Don Petite, Don Pettit. It's hilarious. Sounds like someone's got a case of severe gravy balls. I know, yeah, like fucking my mind has been kind of like ruminating on a lot of stuff lately, like because of the stuff that I've been going through. And I've been like watching a lot of like demonology stuff and all, and so much of it just sounds like on a level, it's like, like imagine like way back when the first, like imagine you're the first human to become like aware, like Plato's cave style or something, where you're like aware of consequence of like, as far as you can tell, reality, and you start having like critical thinking thoughts of like, what happens if I did this, what does that mean, and like when did language start? Do you know what I mean? Because they tell us it's like, oh, the cavemen, and they're like, ooh, ooh, and all this fucking shit. Which, sure, maybe, you know, that doesn't have to correlate with the whole we came from monkeys thing. Like the original form of language could have been like really simple. Because all you have to do is start with a binary and work from there. You could just have and and you could have like variations of those two to mean different things. You could have like like, and just go from there. The boom language. Like, do you mean like, but like we're capable of like loads of different noises. So it's like really easy to see how like like the first languages could have been like simple as fuck. And in a sense would have been like almost like easier to use, because like now language, there's so many languages and they're so sophisticated to a degree that they actually don't transfer the meaning of shit like as easily as you think they would, you know like look at poetry and all, like it's the same with everything. It's like that's kind of what I'm talking about with the whole God thing. It's like, to what degree are we like projecting our own ego and our own like just thoughts onto something that we don't even know the nature of? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you take a tree and you look at it, and the whole thing of like, a rose by any other name would smell just as sweet, like the whole Shakespeare thing. It's like that's one of the most insanely true, mind-bending things I've ever heard, because it's like, it's not a tree. In English, it's called a tree, and then in any other language, it's called this or that or whatever. So it's like a tree, just a tree, has like loads of different names. Like, look at us. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, my name is Alex. My mother called me Alex, but you guys call me Defender Usama. There's people that still call me Defender Bear because of the whole fucking bear community thing. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, the whole thing of identity and all, like, it's so like it, to a degree, like, that's for people who haven't played Assassin's Creed and don't know, like, one of the things in Assassin's Creed is nothing is true, everything is permitted. And when I originally played the first Assassin's Creed game and I heard that, I was like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like, is that just like a like a mind fuckery deception thing, to be like, truth isn't fucking real, like, because like everything is true, nothing is true, like, the whole thing of like Syndrome from The Incredibles, where it's like, when everybody is super, nobody will be, so it's like, if everything is true, then nothing is true, because like, what is true then? What's false? What's good? What's bad? Like, and all these like definitions and shit. And to a fucking like kind of unnerving degree, a lot of this is like really fucking subjective. Like, I was fucking like watching a demonology thing, the Pantheon Mythology or whatever that channel's called. Like, and it's fascinating to hear about all these myths and legends and biblical passages. Like, fucking demons are called daemons, they're called jinn, they're called deva, which is like really close to diva, which I think is like really funny. The Zoroastrianism is like, as far as we know, is like the oldest fucking thing, and they were called Devas. And like the Christian ideology, not just the Christian ideology, because like the Muslim, like Islam is pretty much the fucking same thing. It's like a carbon copy of fucking Christianity, or as from their perspective, it is the completion or the next thing or whatever. Because isn't Muhammad supposed to be the last prophet? It's the most fucking arrogant fucking stance you'd ever fucking like. And the fact that they have to like constantly defend, it's like, well, isn't the leader of your religion a fucking pedophile warlord? Didn't he fuck Aisha when he was like 9? Or when she was 9? When he was 9. A fucking 9-year-old warlord pedophile. Fucking like, it's like that. Well, that is a miracle. It's like, truly, he must be divine. He's only 9 years old, and he's killed and fucked so many people. It's like, it makes no sense. Like, do you know what I mean? Where it's like, he's the last prophet. Like, who said that? He did. Oh well, gee, I wonder. Like, you know, fuck. It's the same with the burning bush thing. Like, you know, it's like, lads. Look, I was out there minding the sheep, and a fucking bush just like burst into blue smokeless flame, and a voice spoke to me. It's like, have you been eating mushrooms in the shit again? Like, so, like I told you to stop eating the mushrooms that come out of the cow shit. For fuck's sake, like, if you're hungry, go home. Like, you have a wife. Stop fucking the sheep. Like, I know it gets boring out there, you know, but like, for fuck's sake, Patrick, like, have a bit of self-control. It's just so fucking stupid. Like, all of it. Like, and again, I don't claim to be like intelligent, but when I like think about this shit, I'm like, that's retarded. Like, and I know people would be like, oh, you must think you're so smart. It's like, quite the contrary. I have often said that if I had more intellect, I would be able to make money. Like, so give a fuck. I give a fuck about life. Why are we here? What are we doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why is everything so shit? Why do people suck? Why? You ask too many questions. You have a childish mind. Says the one sucking on something that looks like a dick. I know I smoke, but like, the amount of like vaping is just so fucking gay. If you're gonna smoke. You're sucking on a liquid candy stick. Oh, your smoke has to be wet and taste like grapes. Fag. Seriously, like, at least mine's like fire. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, so fucking stupid. Like, it's all so lame and gay. And I'm probably very dehydrated right now. Ugh. Maybe that's why I've gotten headaches lately, is because like it's been so long since I smoked weed that my frontal cortex is like waking back up. Like my brain was just like under a duvet for like 17 years straight, like, and I haven't been smoking weed, so it's like, what happened? Like, what's this? Who? What? What's going on? Hold on, I need to get dressed. Like, is that daylight? Like, sometimes I feel like that. Like, I've been like asleep for fucking years, and all of a sudden I'm awake, and I'm like, how old am I? What's happening? Like, it's like, oh, it's intense. The dream I had last night was fucking funny. I can't remember like a lot of it, but like, there was a guy chasing. There was like, I swear to God, there was like a dude who looked like a skinny version a skinnier, taller, like more I don't know how, but like a more ghetto, taller, skinnier version of Takeshi 69. He just looked like one of those ghetto niggas with like dreads and like, his fucking cacks around his fucking ankles. He can't walk straight now. But this lad was chasing me and he had like a fucking Uzi or a Mac 11 or something. And I like took cover behind a wall and threw a rock at him. And while he was like, while he was wincing from the rock hitting him, I like suplexed him on his head and smashed his head all over the ground. I remember waking up and I was like, I mean, the odds of that working, like, I was like, I was thinking to myself, like, is there a part of me that is like insanely arrogant to think that I could defeat an opponent who had like a gun with a rock and decent wrestling skills? But like, the probability is low, but it could work. Like, if you took hard cover and someone's like spraying at you, and it's like one of these ghetto ass niggas who barely knows how to use a gun, like, do you know what I mean? He's just like Joker style, just like spraying in your general direction, like. And even if you just waited for him to reload or something, and you just like got a decent sized rock and fucked it at him, and like hit him hard enough, or hit the gun so he had to pick it up, or like, you like stun him, distract him, so you can close the distance and get within like melee range, and then just suplex him on his head. Fuck your gun, I've got a rock at my feet. Like, oh Christ. I either need more coffee or I need more water, probably both. I'm not in a lot of pain, but I feel like I can barely keep my eyes open. I'm dubious of the claims of these people who have NDEs. Yeah, I know, same. But like, dude, dreams are intense. And that's just sleeping, like, so like if you had like a near death experience where like your heart stops for a while, or like, something happens to your brain and you're in a coma for a bit or something, like, I could imagine having like some kind of like trippy fucking experience and then waking up, especially after something like a car crash, or like, if you drowned, or like there's all sorts of theories behind that stuff. Like that makes a lot of sense to me, where the whole baptism thing of like they give you an NDE, like they actually did used to, like, isn't one of the gods called the drowned god, or is that from a video game I played? Is that in Skyrim? Is that in the Elder Scrolls? Skulls? Is that in the Elder Scrolls, the drowned god, or is that was it in Game of Thrones? Because that makes a lot of sense. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, if you could get someone close, really close to death, or kill them, but in such a way that like you can bring them back. Like, because like when you're born, like when you're gestating in the womb, you're surrounded by liquid, and you don't breathe the same way you usually do, because like you have all this like fluid around you, and you have your umbilical cord. And then you're birthed into the realm, and then your umbilical cord slowly like falls off. Like that, like it's kind of crazy when you really think about this shit, that like we breathe oxygen, but when you're born, you're surrounded by liquid, So like your lungs have to like adjust to that. Like there's a insane transitionary period, like very similar to the whole like the fact that caterpillars turn into butterflies. Do you know what I mean? Like all of a sudden they just get this instinctual fucking like programming to be like, oh, time to turn myself into goo for the next while and then grow wings. Like, what the fuck? Like just caterpillar looking at his watch being like, oh, time to grow wings. like what the fuck, man? Like the biomechanics of a fucking hummingbird, the way their tongue is like wrapped around the back of their head and shit. Like it's It's crazy. Like the existence is fucking insane. Like, do you know what I mean? And like nobody talks about it really. Everyone is like distracted by like all this bullshit. Like, do you know what I mean? What's Trump gonna do? Are we gonna go to war? Fucking like, is it like, are white people going to be made a minority? Like, is this going to happen? Is that going to happen? Now you can bet on it. Now you can place bets on world events. like what the fuck? Oh, I'd like to believe, and I know that whatever is after this place has to be better than this, but I don't like being bullshitted. I don't know. Like, what makes you think it has to be better? Like, what gives you that impression? Like the whole theory of like souls and incarnating and stuff and multiple lives. Like, like, what if it is like a fucking privilege to be here? Like, what if this is like the place to be? Like I've thought about like I totally agree with, like, I totally vibe with Owen when he says that. It's like, I'm not afraid of dying, but I don't want to leave. I don't want to die. I like, if you gave me the choice of being immortal, I'd take it. I'd like, with the caveat of like I could eventually pass on like an elf or something, like, you know what I mean? It's like, but the fact that we like only last like for fucking 100 years or some shit, like, do you know what I mean? When like think about it, even if you had the, like, if you didn't have to get a job and you dedicated your life to like all the different, like, you wrote a book, you learned how to play multiple instruments, you learned how to paint, you learned how to fucking, like, you don't have enough time now. And like, it's all kind of been set up like that, like, you know what I mean? Where it's like, no, you have to go and you have to get a job and you have to be a part of this thing, and like, we are in like a prison of our own making, in a sense, because it's like, you can blame the elites all you want, but like, or your ancestors who like either cooked or fucking sacrificed themselves for something stupid, or like, some of the worst things imaginable have been done with the best intentions. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the amount of them that probably thought for sure that I'm going to shoot as many gooks as possible, and that's going to make a difference. Like, you know what I mean? I'm going to go home, my wife and kids, and our lives are going to be better because of all the foreigners I killed in a jungle. Like, you know, it's like, what the fuck? Like, we exist in such a state of like, at least I do anyway. I know many of you are similar, where it's like, I exist in this state of, why? What is the point in this? And I don't mean life, because like, when I'm painting, when I'm sparring, I haven't done that in a long fucking time. Probably really need to, love practicing martial arts and shit. But like, when you're moving with purpose, with some kind of when you're moving with some kind of purpose, when you're creating something, whether it be an illusion, like when you're learning stuff, when you're hugging a fucking tree, like any of these fucking things that have anything to do with like this place, not human society and like human invention about it, just this place. Dirt, rocks, water, fire, lightning, the stars, like all of this shit that's here, and as far as we know has always been here, and everyone's like, oh, well, God created it. Who is God? Well, let me tell you a story. Like, it's like, it's just, it's all like, maybe that's why I'm getting headaches lately or something, like, because my mind is just like really wrestling with this fucking the drastic, blatant contrast between all of these squares that we're in. Do you know what I mean? All of these fucking 90-degree angles drive me mad. like, like how funny would it be if it was that simple? It's like you're surrounded by too many boxes. Like, it's literally, oh, you got to think outside the box. Is that why going for a walk is so good for your creative, like, creative, I don't know, like, creativity? Because I've experienced that. The second I go for a walk, I start thinking about stuff and like pondering things and like movement is medicine and all these like the amount of these things that like these sayings or these actions that like I have experienced to be true, whatever true is, like, do you know what I mean? They definitely work as it does exactly what it says on the tin, you know? I think it's a fucking retarded thing that we all have cars, but then you could also say the same thing about guns, like, and then you could say the same thing about AI. But it's here now. What are you gonna do about it? That's why, like, I don't understand. Like, I do and don't understand people who take like a hard stance against this stuff. I don't buy anything off Amazon. I don't use AI. It's all just moral grandstanding. It's like the opposite polarity of like it's like virtue signaling. I don't do that because I think it's wrong. Okay, do you, nigga? Like, do you know, like like you could easily turn around and be like, I don't use guns because throwing a spear takes skill. Okay, bang bang, fool, give me all your shit. Like, do you know, it's like, oh, it's so uncivilized. Like, it's like, what the fuck, like. There's a difference between bravery and stupidity. There's a difference between, you know what I mean? It's like the whole thing of like adapting and overcoming and stuff and all, like, that makes way more sense to me because it's like when something new gets put into the zeitgeist, when something new gets put into the mainstream, and we're all interacting with it, and we're all experiencing it. These people who are like, that's bad. No, it's great. It's going to do all these things. And then you immediately just have another duality, another binary. Like everything just goes binary, 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 binary. Like, you know, and like all that does is make people want to kill each other. Do you know what I mean? Like literally, ultimately all that does is make people want to kill. I disagree with you. It's like, but all you are is like another fragment of whatever this stardust shit is. It's like you're in that body and I'm in this body. Like, there isn't that much difference. You smell things, I see things. Like, you think things, I think things. Your skin is brown, mine is fucking see-through and has orange dots on it. Like, don't fucking ask me why. Maybe I have giant's blood in me. But like, it's like there isn't actually that much of a difference. Like, don't get me wrong, when it comes to like unga bunga impulse control shit, where it's like, oh my god, I'm now surrounded by all these beautiful women, I'm just going to touch them. Like, yeah, you have a bunch of people who basically aren't people as far as other people are concerned. But like, isn't that just a difference in experience? Do you know what I mean? Like, he grew up there. He doesn't know what intelligence and impulse control is. But does that make him evil? Wicked? Is it his fault? Is it his fault that he's never experienced the shit that we've experienced? Don't get me wrong, I don't believe in white privilege. I don't believe in privilege. Do you know what I mean? Like, the concept of like, you're privileged. It's like, what does that even mean? I've experienced and have access to things that somebody else doesn't. Well, isn't that just dictated by location? And isn't location frequency? So like, you could put that down to just fucking luck. Like, like, ugh. Ugh. I feel like I need to sleep, but then I also have the feeling fucking that I'll go to sleep and then I won't be able to because I have a mild headache. It's seriously not even like I don't even know if it's a headache or if it's just tension. Like, I'm very tense, really stressed out lately. But on the other hand, I'm like, well, I'm getting better at painting. You know, like, it's like that bell curve shit of like, maybe that's what it is the tension from the contrast. Like there's a part of me that's like experiencing a lot of like grief and sadness and depression and frustration and anger, and then the other part of me, like I was watching Owen stream the other day, and when his kids started playing Test Flight from How to Train Your Dragon, I started crying. Like, what is that? Like, like do 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 do. Why the fuck did I start crying? Like, like, like I get it to a point. Like, it's a beautiful sound. What does that sound represent? Like, do you know what I mean? Like that's what. The second I have enough money, I'm totally gonna subscribe to his fucking ladle thing so I can watch all of his, or not his ladle thing. Obviously, I'm gonna subscribe to the ladle thing as well. But I wanna do his like piano lessons, and I don't even have a keyboard or a piano, but I want to understand what he understands, because I understand this. Do you know what I mean? I understand like the visual stuff. Do you know what I mean? But like he gets the auditory, like no one I've ever fucking met. Like, not that I've met him, but like his ability to describe and articulate like what that just that is, and what it means, and like what it does to your nervous system and all, like it's fucking crazy. Absolutely crazy. Like, it's mind blowing. And I'm like, part of me is like desperate to like understand that, because it's like a big piece of the puzzle of existence that I'm like totally ignorant to, you know? Because like I don't understand that really. Like, you know, like part of me does, like I said a minute ago. It's like the first thing that came to my mind when like like Walter and was it Charlie are playing Test Flight on the violins. I just start like weeping and like laughing. Like it was like a sensation of such joy and freedom that my nervous system just like hasn't experienced in like what, like I don't know, like 2 decades at this stage. Like that's what I think it is. I think I've just been through so fucking much mental and emotional turmoil. And then, but like, even when I say that, I'm like, yo, well, it's not like I grew up in a fucking cartel-ridden Mexico and seeing bodies hanging from bridges. Like, do you know what I mean? But it's like, but does that really matter? You know? Like, Owen's life hasn't been like, you know, insanely traumatic, but like but it has though. Like the whole thing of like, you know, the social dynamic. He's right. That's incredibly powerful. Being betrayed by someone you care about is like almost worse than being stabbed by a stranger. Cause that's just like a physical wound. And your psyche is like, you don't know the person. So if anything, you could like you have an easier time empathizing with them. And it's like, well, maybe he was just, I can imagine someone just being desperate as fuck, and the first person you see that's like an easy target, and you just like, give me your wallet, you know, and then shit gets heated. Like, it's much more difficult to wrap your head around someone that like you've known for years, you've had all these good experiences with, and then there's like a violent fucking shift to a completely different polarity of emotions and sensations where you're like, holy fuck, I like hate your guts. Like, why would you do something? Like, I wouldn't do that to you, so why are you doing it to me? Like, does that mean that you don't, like, I love you, you're my friend, like, so you don't feel the same way about me? Like, it's fucking mind-bending when you like. And maybe it isn't for other people. Maybe they just go, oh, well, he's a dickhead. And they move on because they're like, maybe I am retarded. Maybe I'm autistic. I don't fucking know. I don't believe in any of that shit. I think all that shit is bullshit too. But like, maybe I just overthink things. I don't fucking know. I don't know how you can, like, in a sense, overthink something. Like, obviously you can take too long to make a move, you know? Like, if you're playing a game of chess, or if you're in a fucking real life scenario where it's like, if I don't unsheath my sword and fucking deflect his blade and counter strike, he's just gonna cut me down. If I just stand there and go, and like ponder how I'm going to fucking like deal with this situation, and while I'm pondering in my head, he just gets within range and cuts my head off. Like, yeah, I would describe that as overthinking things. Like, but in terms of like ruminating on something, pondering something, like the thinking man, where he's just kind of like he's using his mind, like using his brain to like eliminate variables, look at something from a different angle, unfold the box in your mind in 3D space, and like think about shit. And then you get to a point where you're like, okay, well, what does it mean? And then you have to think about that. It's like, what does anything mean? Like, you know, it's like, because so much of it is subjective. Everyone's got a fucking opinion. Everyone's got a perspective. Like, and they're like, and then the amount of people that are lying. You know, like on the one hand, like you could have two people who are telling the truth. The whole elephant thing, you know, it's coarse. It feels like this. It looks like that. Oh no, it's smooth and it's pointy. You know, oh, it's fucking hairy and all this shit. Like, it's all true. So that's what I mean about the whole fucking Assassin's Creed thing, where it's like, nothing is true, everything is permitted. Because it is. God allows, you know, whatever fucking God is, like, it is permitted. It's all permitted. Evil people exist, they do evil shit. Bad things happen to good people. Good things happen to bad people. But bad things happen to bad people and good things happen to good people. It's all there. Like all the things all the time, everywhere, you know, blah blah blah. Like, it's like, it's fucking crazy, like. And I think what I'm like really struggling with lately is like, you guys get it, but you're on a phone and you're like, you know, you're not in front of me. Like we've only like interacted over the internet, and I know that like there's a few people here that like get it or seemingly get it, but I haven't spent as much time with them as I have with you guys, and I don't have someone in my life here that I can like really butt heads with. And maybe it's because I didn't have a father figure or something, like, do you know what I mean? Because like my dad's basically an apathetic psychopath. Like, it's like, it was funny. Like, Brendan said that the other day, yesterday, when we were doing because we were just talking about random shit, like, and he was like, "So, did you grow up in Dublin or like, you know, whatever?" Like, for a second, he was like, "Did you grow up in Ballyfermot?" And I was like, "No, I didn't grow up in Ballier." Like, and I was like, I know I can sound like a scumbag, but like, I just hung out with scumbags. They weren't scumbags though. They were just from a scummy area, but they weren't scumbags. Well, some of them were. But like, it's like, I don't have a teacher. Do you know? I don't like, and I haven't since I was like 14. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I've had role models, and they're like, most of them are shit. You know, and I see Owen as like a good role model because he's like, what, 11 years older than me, got kids, all this shit. Like, you know, he's had all these experiences. So I'm like, part of me is like, yeah, out of all the people in the mainstream and out of all the people even in my own life, I'm like, if I was to pick someone to emulate in a sense, it would be him. You know, good, true, beautiful, all these things. You know, like, you know, he's skilled at shit. He's a hard worker. All these things. But like, I was already that in a big way. Like, do you know what I mean? I think that's why I found so many of his streams like so emotional. Like, because he was like reminding me inadvertently of who I really was and who I had become and the difference between them. Like, but I don't have anyone in my life who's like been through more shit and isn't like a fucking complete retard or a wanker. Cause like there's no way that I would like take any advice from my father. Do you know? Like I don't know what else I could do. Like it was like what, 5 years ago or something. Like I'm like, I forgive you and all. Like, do you know what I mean? Like you put me and Megan through a lot of shit, but I forgive you. Like, you know. So it's like I don't know what else. There's nothing else I can do. You know, I could reach out and try, and I did. But like it got to a point where I was like, what? What's the point? I mean, he clearly doesn't give a fuck. And it's the same with it's the same with my sister. She rings him, you know, and like my mother's boyfriend was like, that's not right, you know, and he's right. It's not right. What kind of father has no interest in his children? Someone who's not a father. That's who. Like, just like, he may as well be a nigger. He may as well just be one of them fucking, you know, blacks that's just like, you know, see you later. You know, like it's like that's mind-blowingly dishonorable. You know, like I literally don't know how you could like live with yourself being utterly detached from something you created. You know, like I'm a part of him. You know, like I just couldn't do that. I've done shit in my life where I've like looked back and been like, oh my god, like I'm such a fucking piece of shit. Why did I do that? That's like horrible. Like shame, guilt, all these things like self-hatred, self-destruction. But like that's a wild thing to do, like. And I'll be honest, I haven't like really thought about how much that fucked me up over the years. Until recently. Like there's been like when like I said, when your man Brendan was like, so you didn't really have like good role models, like, or did you have like a father figure or a role model? I was like, not really, no. And a few people, because he said it there, like after that, he was like, well, you made it, you know, you're a good dude, like you're intelligent, you're not you're a good guy, you know, or at least you try to be. Like fair play to you, like. You know, when Wendy said the same thing to me, where she was like, she really just cut yourself some slack. Because I don't. You know, like, I'm constantly like, I need to make money. I need to be more disciplined. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to do this. I need to do that. And then I just constantly burn myself out. Why? You know? Have I got that thing where I'm still trying to like prove myself to my father or something? Like, do you love me now, Daddy? And I've thought about that, like. I'm like, fuck him. Like, what a dickhead, like. Why would I want to prove myself to someone who has done one of the most like dishonorable, shameful fucking things that you could possibly do? Like, that's such a destructive thing, you know, to not be in your children's life. And obviously I'm not a child, like I'm a grown ass man, but like I see other relationships, like, you know, where you have like grown ass men, they're in like 40s or their 50s, and they go visit their parents, and like their parents are like, you know, like, so how's this and how are the kids and like and all this stuff and all, like there's like a there's that connection of like, well, when I was your age, I did this, and like, you know, when me and your mother, I don't get any of that. And it fucking hurts, man. Like that hurts. That's like it's like I said, it's like that's more painful than any like physical wound, like, do you know what I mean? Like that's fucking heartbreaking. And like especially when you're like in the position of like, okay, you can't blame other people, you can't blame the government, can't blame your parents, can't blame any of this shit. Like, can't like, like wrestle with what God is. Like, am I a Christian? Am I this? Like identity, all this ego stuff and all this crap. And you do the right thing. And you're left with this, like, you cannot, other people have free will. You cannot control what other people do. And you're okay with that. You're like, okay, you just, like, you guys know me. I just want to have fun. I just want to make people happy. Like with your one Wendy. I don't like seeing people struggle if I can do something about it. If all it takes is for someone like me to turn around and be like, no, yeah, you can do it. Fucking do it, like. And it makes a huge difference. Like, that's all I want to do. I just want to be. Like, I'm not chasing anything. I'm trying to understand things. I'm not like pursuing, and like just being me is enough for me. But when you think about these things, it's like, that's tragic. That's why I had to stop watching all these videos like of like, immigration and this and that and all this is like I was watching a clip of Mike Tyson and he was talking about Cuss, his coach. And he was talking about, and he's bawling his eyes out. He's like talking about how he misses the old him. How like he's like, I'm a product of war. I'm a student of war. Achilles and Alexander the Great and all these things. That's all I know. I'm a student of war. I was vicious. I was feared, and I was so good at it. And that's gone now. And I miss that guy. And he's like, he's floods of tears. Like he's like, you can hear it in his voice. And I'm like, if Mike fucking Tyson can be that real with just somebody in his podcast fucking thing or somebody else's podcast, if Mike Tyson is like, this is how I feel, this is what I think, this is what's on my mind, this is me, I'm communicating to you my thoughts while bawling his eyes out, then the idea that like anyone, not just men, but like the idea that anyone has to like hold that shit in to put on a brave face so they can go to work on a Monday, like, do you know what I mean? It's like all this HR, PR, political correctness, like we have forfeited what it means to be human. For what? Money? Ink on paper? Like, that's fucking heartbreaking. That's the most tragic thing. Like, that's more tragic than millions dead. Everyone's always talking about, like, oh, if our ancestors could see us now, they'd roll in their graves. Our ancestors are probably crying their fucking eyes out on a daily basis, wherever the fuck they are. Like, you know, like our ancestors are probably furious with us. To be like, to be this far in the game, to have all the previous knowledge we have, even without all the stuff that's been hidden and lied about and deceived and, you know, all of this shit, to be doing what we're doing right now, collectively or not. I know loads of us are checked out. Loads of us are like, I'm not doing that. Fuck these people. Like, but collectively, as a species, to be doing what we're doing right now is just so, forget shameful, forget like wrong, forget any of these like, you know, like judgmental terms or whatever. It's fucking heartbreaking. It's tragic. It's such a it's such a profound melancholy. I can't articulate it. And people are bitching about fucking, oh, AI and like, you know, all this and like, I couldn't give a flying fuck about a new tech. What country wants to invade what country? What fucking idiot decided it was a good idea to stay in this location or that? Like it's like, I'm not here to judge people, but I'm always going to speak my mind. Like, do you know what I mean? And it's like, if I think you're a fucking retard, I'm going to say it. If I think you're a legend, I'm going to say it. If I think you're weak, I'm going to say it. Why don't other people, like, other people have no problem calling you fat, ugly, stupid, like, you know, like all these fucking liberal fucking retards who are like, you know, people need to die. Like I've said it, like, kidnap the women and children and fucking glass the place. Kill them all. Fuck them. Why not? Who do you think is going to, like, God, ooh, you're going to hell if, like, you don't know that. Nobody fucking really knows fucking anything. Most shit is a belief system. Most shit is, like, confirmation bias. Most shit is, like, God, I hope that's true. The only thing that you really fucking know is the shit, like, right in front of you. And even then, you don't actually know that. Because this is based on the whole Matrix 5 senses bullshit. You know? What is real? How do you define real? Oh, this is a blue cat from a fucking... That's water. Like, do you know what I mean? If you didn't, like... Just looking at it, could be vodka. Could be fucking, like, whatever. Like, it's like... You know, fucking nothing. These people are so arrogant, stupid, brainwashed fucking, like... And, like, I get it. I'm not trying to be pessimistic. I'm not trying to be a fucking downer or anything. Far from it. I'm like... But like, when I speak like this, I'm trying to like wake people up, I suppose. Like, but not in the same sense of like, you know, oh, you know, the government's lying to you. You know, it's like on a primal level. Do you know what I mean? Hey, Wendy. Oh yeah, like I've been going off on one like for like what? Probably like the past like half an hour or some shit. Been fucking going off on one like. Started off with painting robots in a broken down city, and I just fucking like Emmanuel got exactly what he wanted. Nothing new then. Yeah, this fucking. Thank you. Yeah. I don't come from a place of like, you know, oh, the world's going to shit and like people need to wake up and all that. It's like that doesn't work, like, you know what I mean? But it's like it's such a primal thing with me. It's like why? You know? I always think of that thing from Trainspotting. It's like choose this, choose life. Like I choose life. I choose like this place. I choose like, you know. I get so much joy from seeing birds walking. Like it's so funny to me. Like the smaller the bird, the better. Like when I see these like little birds just like fucking like Marvin the Martian just like scurrying across the ground, so, like I think it's the funniest thing. Like animals are like nature's amazing, and we're all just like looking at screens in a box. We're in a box looking at a box. Like that's so fucking tragic. And it's not even like, you know, this fucking like, you know, meta fucking. Like to me, it's like blatantly obvious. Like, like, and I'm a gamer. I spent most of my life in a box, looking at a box, and loving every second of it. That's not true. I got frustrated and pissed off at plenty of the games. Like, you know what I mean? I remember being like fucking what, nine, in between like 9 and 10 ish or some shit like that, and I was playing the PlayStation 1, and I got so frustrated at Street Fighter EX plus Alpha that I took it out of the PlayStation, scratched it with a £2 coin, and fucked it out the window. I was like, I was dead set on that game being like broken. I was like, do you know what I mean? It's like you do some stupid, wild shit. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, but I've like I've had like some profoundly satisfying experiences being in a box, looking at a box. But like we've gone too far. Do you know what I mean? Like whatever about the war in Gaza, whatever about all these fucking things. It's just like it's not what happens in these like events. You know, COVID, Gaza, World War II, the Holocaust. How many Jews died? Like, do you know what I mean? Are the Jews doing all of it? Like, it's like, who the fuck really care? Like, none of that matters. If we keep just doing the same fucking shit all the time, then none of that matters. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, there isn't going to come a point isn't going to come where everybody goes, oh yeah, this is kind of stupid. Like, do you know what I mean? Because it's like, it's fascinating, but it's infuriating. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not like I don't think I can change people's mind. Like, but in a sense, I do. Like, I did it with Wendy. Do you know what I mean? Like, Wendy was like stuck in her own head and be like, oh, I don't know why I can't do this. And it just me just talking to you, it was just like, yeah, you can. Like, trust yourself. Yes, you can. And you were like, yeah, I can. And then you did it, and it was fucking awesome. So, like, if that's all it takes, then, like, do you know what I mean? Like, why isn't that happening? It's not because there isn't, like, loads of me. Do you know what I mean? I'm not fucking special. I'm not. There's, like, people, like, way cooler than me. There's, like, just people that think, like, you know, I'm, like, oh, Alex is really cool, and he's funny, and all these fucking things. But, like, if they think I'm that, and I look at other people and I'm like, no, like that guy's an absolute legend, like that guy's incredibly skilled, that guy has an amazing imagination, that guy has some serious wisdom, that guy has some like, you know, like Owen. You look at Owen, it's like, how the fuck did you like think about half this shit? Like, and it's like, so it's not a thing of like, oh, there needs to be more people like me that just say things. That's obviously not it. Because I've experienced this in my own life. It's like either somebody, but I didn't though. I didn't change you. You changed you. Do you know what I mean? All I did was like, it's like in the Matrix. It's like I can show you the door, but you have to walk through it. I didn't like. Yes, I said some shit, but like, you did it. That was the whole point. You did it, and you can do that whenever, you know. Yeah, I know. Like I get it. You know, I did something, then you did something, but that's kind of what I was talking about earlier on with the whole like, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Like, it's like, to me, that's what people have really lost. That's what people have like. That's what not nobody like. That's what so few of us are doing right now. Is like, you can just do shit for each other. You can just do stuff. You don't need paper with ink on it to like. You don't need to listen to these people. It's like, oh no, like you have to do this. You have to like. I get it. Like, you don't want a lot of people thinking that laws don't exist, because then people will just start killing each other. I know there's crazy, fucked up, stupid people. I saw one of them today when he fucking walked into the fucking. When we were in fucking Kickham House earlier on, some dickhead just walked in, went into the toilet and started taking a piss, and your one Nina was like, "What are you doing? Does this look like a functioning pub? Does it look like we're open? What the fuck, bro? Get the fuck out!" Like, and he was like, "Ugh," and like, and he turned around to her and he was like, "Well, you shouldn't have left the door open then." Like, Is that why secret societies exist? Because when you go, look, a door, somebody like Wendy can go, oh yeah, and like enthusiastically and like walk through it and then have this profound, beautiful experience. Or some dickhead can like walk in and just piss on the floor. Like, that's it, because free will is a thing. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, is that why lies are like? Is that why lies can be a good thing? Is that why secret societies are actually a good thing, depending on the context? You have all these people. It's like, oh, the Illuminati. Oh, the fucking the elites. You know, they meet up in the forest and they pray to an owl god. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, what if the like what if that's just there? Like, what if we ended up doing that, like, to just get away from the bullshit? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, well, like, I could totally see a time where like me and a bunch of my friends just fucking go out my back garden or something and are doing something that we think is fucking hilarious, but to other people would be like, is that a cult? Like, what the fuck are they doing? Why, like, why is that guy wearing a kimono? like, like, oh, for fuck's sake. That's the thing. You recognize my need and decided to help on a human level. Yeah, but like, it's like, and I get that, like, there's people out there that choose not to do that. I get that there's people out there that fucking suck and they choose to do the opposite. Like, do you know what I mean? There's people that would look at you in that moment and think you're weak, and I think those people are wicked. I think that's the definition of wicked people, because like, you're like one of the most beautiful people I've ever met. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like it's not a it is a choice, but like, I just don't. It's not that I don't understand. It's like there's a different word for it. Like, like, to me it is. It's like tragedy. It's like heartbreaking. It's like when I was talking about my father. It's like I I because obviously I comprehend how somebody can make that decision. I'm like, okay, they chose to do that because they're evil, or they're weak, or like they're selfish, or any of these things. It's not like I don't understand, but I don't know how to articulate it any other way than like, it's not even like Owen, like, where he's like constantly talking about, like, not constantly, but he's like, he says that he struggles with disgust, you know, where like he looks at other people and he's like, ugh, like, these people are horrible, like, he gets like disgusted. It makes me sad. Like, it's like because I've described it as like Yoda, like when Mace Windu walks in to the Jedi Council and Yoda's like, he's just feeling what Anakin is feeling in that moment. Anakin's like butchering all the Sand people because they killed his mother, and he's like, opens his eyes and he's crying, and Mace Windu is like, what did you see? And he's like, pain, just terrible pain. Like, do you know what I mean? And it's like, maybe I'm just like fucked up from my childhood, that I'm like so fucking empathetic that I can like feel how fucking wrong it is. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, how like tragic that shit, like, just how the pain, like, but not like not like physical pain, not like, ow, that hurt, like, like the heart pain, like, like that fucking, like, that pain that's like, that lasts years, that like take like ancestral pain, like that pain that like kills people without even needing to shed blood, and it's like horrible. Like, and I understand it, I comprehend it, I get why people do it, because like evil exists and all this fucking shit. But it's like, sometimes I find myself processing this stuff, and like that's why I get so angry. It's not fear. My anger comes from sadness. I'm not afraid of these things. I think they're pathetic. I find these creatures to be like just fucking. Yeah, and there's the disgust. There's the disgust. It starts as sadness for me. It's not fear. It's not fear. Like it's a profound, like, why? Why would you do that? And then like I process it. I'm like, oh, okay. Wow, like you're fucking disgusting. Like you're horrible. Like you're like weak. You know, I have more respect for criminals. Do you know what I mean? Like, I have more respect for strong evil. You know, for evil with a code. You know, like the kind of criminal that it's like, you know, no, we don't hurt kids or something like. But the weak, the pathetic, they're like, and I don't mean weak as in like, you know, it's not, oh, it's so hard to describe sometimes, like, you know, it's so hard to articulate, where it's like the lazy. No, that doesn't even describe, like, I'm lazy sometimes, you know, the amount of times I'd be like sitting around smoking a joint and be like, fuck that, not arsed. Does that make me wicked? Does that make me evil? I don't know. Like, I don't think so. Maybe in the moment. It's just like these fucking people who just. I think, like I was saying it to Pruner. I was saying it to John there the other day, where like most people complain about, like, you know, oh, the politicians, the elites, like, you know, the government and stuff like that. Like, I don't like. I find those people pathetic. The ones that really, really, like, the ones that like I want to like rip their heart out of their chest are the ones that like make other people's lives around them more difficult. You know, like the pedophile, the drug addict, the fucking like certain kinds of drug addicts. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like they don't even have to be a drug addict. Just like these selfish, narcissistic, like I don't know. I don't know how to like pinpoint it. But there's just a kind of person that if I was to place blame on anyone, it'd be the ones who take the ticket, the ones who sell out. Like Paul Rudd. I remember during COVID, the actor Paul Rudd. I used to think that guy was hilarious. I remember seeing, like, what was it, like, I love you, bro, or I love you, man, or some shit like that. Like, slapping the bass. Like, and I remember it was like, that guy's funny. And then during COVID, he was like, just put on the mask, you know, and like, it's science, you're so stupid, it's science and all, like. And to be someone in the know, to be someone in that position, and to speak with such a pompous, holier than thou, utter disrespect for like most people. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, all these people who are like, those people who don't take the vaccines and don't wear the mask, they're no better than drunk drivers. Do you know what I mean? Like, those kind of people, like, those are the people that I'd hang. Those, like, you know, and like, to a degree, those politicians, like, do you know, like the people who know. Isn't that how it's described in the Bible? You know, The people who know what they're doing is fucked up. Is so fucked up, and they do it anyway. Those people. Like, that's what I would describe as, like, wicked. Fucking horrible bastards, like. And it starts as sadness. It starts, like, it's not, because I'm not afraid. Like, it's obvious that I have, like, fuck all fear. Which makes sense, because, like, the only thing I was ever afraid of was my father. And that changed at a young age. So, like, if I'm not afraid of me dad, like, why would I be afraid of anything? Like, you know? But then the overwhelming sense of heartbreak when you see all this shit being done by these fuckheads. Just these fucking absolute, just morally and like spiritually destitute assholes. And I know it's a bit intense to describe your man today like that, but like he's on that level. To just see the doors on the pub and to ignore all the signs. There's a fucking traffic cone, for fuck's sake. All the fucking chairs are up on the tables. All the fucking, like, there's buckets on the floor and a leak in the ceiling. It's clearly not open for business. There's like 5 of us in there taking measurements and stuff. And this dickhead walks in, goes down to the toilet and takes it. At least he took a piss in the toilet. Like, I'm kind of surprised he didn't just piss in the corner. And then Nina was just like, you know, what are you doing? Like, get the fuck out. Like, I was just standing there looking at the situation. And part of me there was a small part of me that hoped. I was like, part of me wanted him to get a bit more aggro and like, so that I'd have to get involved so that I could just like put hands on him. Because that's happened a lot in my life. You know, like I've told the story about your man Midge before under the fucking Midge under the bridge. That's hilarious. I've never thought about it like that. His name was Midge and I caught him under the bridge. That's such a funny story. To have such a high level of frustration, but to also have enough self-control and then also just pity him. Do you know what I mean? Because he's such a piece of shit and he's so scared. It's funny because like the people have accused me of being like a bitch, you know? And like the irony of that, it's like hilarious to me, like for anybody to think that I'm like afraid of anything. Shit just makes me really sad. And then because I can't do anything about it, I get angry. Because I see stuff that I find tragic and then I can't fix it. It breaks my heart. Like it's got nothing to do with fear, like. That's so funny to me, like, like on like a fucking meta level where it's like, because I've thought about that. I'm like, what am I afraid of? I've like picked myself apart. Being like, what do people see in me that makes them think I'm afraid? And then I'm like, are they projecting or whatever like that? Like, is it my hesitation? You know, because I'm not hesitating. It's impulse control. Because there's always a part of me that wants to just cut loose. But, like, I know it's not the right thing to do. It's not going to make anything better. And if anything, I'm just going to make, like, you know, put more scars on my flesh from, like, the amount of times I've fucked my hands up or whatever. Like, and it's like, that's what it is. I feel other people's pain, and then I can't do anything about it. And it breaks my heart. So I get frustrated because I don't see anybody else doing anything when they could. I look around and I'm like, you're just going to let this happen? You just gonna let this happen. All the people that actually have their hands on the levers, their fingers on the buttons, they actually have the power to do something, and they don't. And I'm like, you're just gonna let this happen when you could not let it happen. That burns my soul. Like I want to fucking glass them all. Oh man. Fuck. I need a smoke. You don't know that, Wendy. It could have happened without me, you know? Could have happened another day. You know? You don't know that. I think, like, I would agree that, like, it was supposed to happen, you know? I think everything happens for a reason. I think it was supposed, like, I was supposed to be there, and I was supposed to do that, and you were supposed to realize, like, yeah, he's right, you know? But I don't necessarily think it wouldn't have happened without me. Like, you know, like if I'd have chosen not to say those things, then maybe somebody else would have done it for you, and they would have been the catalyst. I think that's how this place works. I think that's how free will works. Is like, because everything's a choice. There's like a chance. There's doors that open. It's like, you could do this now, or not. But what about now? Okay, no. It's like God constantly just like, the Matrix is like a profound trilogy, because it's like the hallway with doors. It's like, look at all these options. You could go through any of these doors. Just pick one and go, like, you know. And I've been there. I still get shit like that, where like I get those thoughts in my mind where it's like, I could do this today, and I don't. You know, you make up excuses in your head. I don't have the time. I don't feel like it right now. I'm tired. I have more important shit to do. And like, who can say if you're right, like if you're right or wrong in that moment? Like, you know, what if you do have more important shit to do? You know, if you get a fucking voice in your head that's like, why don't I just do this today? And it's like fucking getting in the car and driving to the other side of the fucking island to look at the sea on the beach. But it's like, you need to pick your kids up from school, you fucking lunatic. Like, I don't know. Um, that's the thing. You recognize my need and decided to help me on a human level. Yeah, and I don't get why people. I don't get, like, well, don't get me wrong. Like I said before, I do understand why people don't choose to do that, but it really gets me. It really fucking gets me. I'm just left with that why, you know. Bohemian Grove or bust. Yeah, I know. Bohemian Grove is a hilarious one. Bohemian Grove. Maybe that's what we should call it when we do it here. You know, because like the Irish Bear Group is basically like, it's like fucking 10 of us left. That's another thing that's fucking tragic. We had all those great camping trips, all those great meetups. Kids running around, barbecue going, people playing guitar. And then one prick. Dude was literally called Buzzwrecker. Like, it's like, you can't write this shit. Like, he was literally called Buzzwrecker. Like, oh, Buzzwrecker Bear. And it was him. He was the negative catalyst to that. I can almost guarantee, well, no, I can't, but like, I would put money that if he wasn't there, then the other people wouldn't have been inclined to like disband in the way that they did when they did. But because he was there, because he was talking in people's ears, because he was like, it's literally the opposite of me. where I would like encourage, he would like belittle and discourage. You know, he tried to do it to me on a phone call one day. Like, I was talking about my art and like, you know, how I was trying to do things, and I was asking shops if they'd display my paintings and stuff. And he was like, "Yeah, but that's just a hobby, though. You need to get a job." You know, I was like, "You know, I've sold painting. Like, you know, I've actually made money doing this. It's like what a profoundly arrogant thing to say to someone. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, to think that you know what they should do, like, despite the, like, sure, if you had like a guy who was like down on his luck, addicted to heroin, you could turn around and go, you should probably do X. Do you know what I mean? But like, to turn around to me and be like, yeah, but nah, I could smell the jealousy off him. Do you know, I could smell his envy from like 2 counties away. Like, fucking hilarious. Like, and where are they now? Like, do you know what I mean? They tried to do the whole thing of like, you know, the Strawberry Kingdom and all. And your man just looked like a fucking, literally like a dick, like a fucking strawberry on his head. And it's like, you're all gay. Like, you're all just faggots. Like, and don't get me wrong, you could be married and have kids and still be a faggot. Happens all the time. You know, like, there's cases of that everywhere. Married, kids, job, faggot. Like, oh man. You're an exceptionally sensitive to other people. You've